Hello students. So today we are going to deal with the research aptitude. It's a class second of the research aptitude. In the previous class I told you that the types of research is not over. We will do it in the next classes also. Okay. So today we are also going to deal with the types of researches, the fundamental research and applied research, deductive research and inductive research. So we will study it in a detailed form in today's class. So get ready for the class. We can start on with our classes. Okay. So types of research according to application. Okay. According to the application, already we have studied the according to objectives 5 types of research is there that we have already studied. Now we are going to study about according to the application. There are 2 types of research is there. One is fundamental research and next one is the applied research. So here we are going to deal with the fundamental research. Okay, fundamental research. It has also another name that is called pure research. Sometimes they will ask the question as pure research. Then you don't think that we haven't studied it, but you have to understand that the fundamental research and the pure research are the one and the same research. Okay, the pure research or the fundamental research, what it is for? It is to add the knowledge. Add to the knowledge. It is not to solve any problem. It is just to add knowledge to and add knowledge to what already existing. That I told you. Already theory is there. You are just adding extra knowledge to it. You are finding something new and you are adding the knowledge to it. Discover of things. Discover means already existing is the you are just finding it out. It is academic. Academic means it is related to studies. Okay. Then extensive. Extensive means it's a detailed one. Extensive means it's a detailed one in which in fundamental research what the researcher has to do is that he had to find something new out of the theory. Okay. So that is what in the fundamental research the student or the research person has to do. Understood? So fundamental research, it is to just add knowledge to what already existing. And applied research. What is applied research? This is the second type of research. Applied research, it is to solve a problem. What is meant by solve a problem? If a company has any kind of problem. For example, if it is a company that is selling the perfumes. Now the perfumes of that company is not reaching that much level. So they have to do a research on it. After finding the research, they find a solution to it. That is what we call applied. Applying a solution like that. Applied research is to solve a problem. That is, you are finding a lot of students have they have a less intelligence level, so they are finding a research to how we can solve that problem. To solve a problem, applied research is using. Understood? So it is very useful in the daily life or for the future purpose also. And it is innovative. Innovative means something new. How it is new? Because they are finding a solution to a problem. And it is practical. Practical means we can use. Not it is not a theory part, it's a practical one. And intense in depth means it is very core of it. It is core of it means it can have a high depth of knowledge and it is very applicable to the society. That is why it is called as applied research. So according to the application, there are 2 types of research is there. One is the pure or fundamental research. It is just adding knowledge to it. And second is the applied research. It is to solve a problem of the education system or whatever it is. It can be of economic system. Any problem is there. They are doing a research to solve that problem. Clear? Next, according to the logic. Okay, according to the logic, there are 2 types of researches there. One is deductive research. What is meant by deductive research? That I have told you in the previous class itself. Deduce means moving from the upper layer to the down layer. So the uppermost, there is theory is there. That is general to specific. From general to the specific, we can see in the deductive type of research. Begin with the hypothesis. That with the theory itself, it is starting and they are reaching to the a new thing is they are finding out of that theory. top to down. That what I have told already. That is deduce means from the top to the down level. That is what we have to see in the case of deductive research. It is quantitative. Quantitative means we can measure it. We can measure how much it has done to test the hypothesis. So deductive is used to test the hypothesis. Already theory is there. We have to find whether it's right or wrong, and we are finding something new out of it. This is what we are doing in the deductive type of research. So I think you are clear about it. So according to logic, the deductive research is general to specific. Then, the steps in the deductive research. What are the steps there? State the hypothesis. First, they have to give the hypothesis, what they are going to find out. That is what we call the hypothesis. State the hypothesis, then collect the data. Or according to that, we are collecting the data. Discussion to accept or reject it, whether it is acceptable or not. When it is accepted, you will get the PhD. If it is not, it is rejected, you have to revise it and have to do it. Okay, understood? So state the hypothesis first. First hypothesis there, then collecting the data, then accept or reject it. These are the steps we can see in the case of deductive case of research. Example, it is not the example of research. I have given how it is deduction is happening. You will ask how it is general to specific. For example, all men are mortal. So generally you are telling something. All men are mortal. You know what is mortal. Socrates is a man. Socrates is a man means he is a part of the society, and he is a part, he is man. Therefore, Socrates is mortal, is a mortal. So here, how it is coming from the general. First they said all the people are mortal. Then Socrates is a man, then Socrates is mortal. So from the general to specific they are doing. This is, I have given a small example how the research is doing. So first they are going to the theory part, that is as a general way, then they are deducing which they have to find it out. Understood? Next is inductive. What is meant by inductive type of research? It is specific to general. Specific means you know something. That is specific means from a correct point that they are finding out something new. Then they are moving to the theory part. That is specific to general. Start with a question. They will ask a question why it is happening. Then they are finding out the reasons behind it. Then they find the theory and all that things. Okay. Formate the theory at the end. Theory is doing at the end. Okay, yeah, that is a difference. Bottom to top. That is a difference of inductive method. That is, it is bottom to top. Bottom, you know, the bottom to top method we can see in the case of inductive type of research. And observe the facts. They always have to find the facts. Then only they can do a they can find a new theory. So that in inductive kind of research, there need a lot of work is needed. Okay, they're finding something new which is not existing. They want to make something new out of it. Okay, and inductive steps. First, they have to observe. For example, a lot of students have some problem or something in or any they have taken some students as their samples of a study, and they have to observe that students. Make search for a pattern. What why this such a thing is happening? They want to find the pattern. Make generalization. After that only they are doing the generalization. So after taking students one by one, they will make it as a generalization. Understood? So such a way the inductive method is using. So first they have to observe, then have to search, then they make a generalization. So I think today it is a very small slide. Why I have do it? Because types of research is a long one. So it is better to cut it and take. Otherwise, it is difficult for you to understand. So I think some of the part are very important for the exam also. So today only we have discussed only two topics. One is the that is according to the application, two types of research, that is fundamental research or pure research is there, and also applied research is there. Then we talked about according to the logic, we have two types of research. Which are the research we have already mentioned in the previous slides, that deductive and inductive. Inductive and deductive are very important for the exam point. It is very important. So you must know the steps in it, and what is inductive and what is deductive. Deductive, you always keep that is from general to specific, and inductive it is from specific to general. I think now you are clear about it, and you stay on with me, then only you are able to understand the next topics also. You please subscribe this channel, then you will get my uploading videos. Then study well for your exam. Okay. All the best for all of you. We can meet in the next class.